Well, I had a few symptoms. I was already hearing. I knew about it, so I heard what the symptoms was, and it's something I don't never had. I rarely have a fever or a headache, and I had both, and that made me go and get checked out. I had shortness of breath too, so I went to my doctor that Monday and got checked out, and he gave me my results the next day and said I was positive. So that's how it happened. I mean, like it was that fast. When I felt the symptoms, I went immediately to the doctor though.
So would you recommend and say, if you're feeling anything out of your norm, and of course, you know yourself better than anyone else, but would you say if you feel anything out of the norm, would you say it's always safer to go and find out?
That's how I am. I'm a hypochondriac lightweight. I run to the doctor for anything, but at the same time, the doctor telling me that don't have people going to the doctor unless they have symptoms, because we still need that space for people whose lives are really in danger, so so I guess that's why they saying it like that. Like if you don't have a shortness of breath or a fever, then they don't really want you to come in. Cause I guess that's what shows that it's serious. I don't know. That's what he told me.
Well, we're so glad that you went, and we're so glad that you came out and you were vocal about it. And a lot of people didn't believe this was a real thing, unfortunately, but it is very real. So what would you say to those individuals about the importance of taking the virus seriously?
It's very important. I was just watching the news. There's over 1 million people with it now. And it's like 1,000 people dying a day. Like this is more people. We ain't never faced nothing this real. You know what I'm saying? Like wars, none of that. We losing a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's like the most craziest thing that ever happened. So you definitely want to take it for, serious. You definitely don't want to play with your life. I don't care if it's about money or whatever, like going to work or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how serious I would take it. And then especially with them giving out they giving out money right now, so shoot, why not? Just sit at home and avoid the situation and wait till it's not 1,000 people dying a day at least. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy right now.
Now, do you know, since it is a virus, of course, do you know whether or not, since you have been diagnosed with it and you are overcoming it, as I've read, of course, and correct me if I am wrong, but do you think, or did your doctor discuss with you at all the possibility of you being able to get it a second time?
They can't swear that it's not going to happen, but they saying that they'll bet anything that you'll be, immune to it after you go through it, so. But like I say, they can't swear on it, but they definitely saying that most likely you won't be able to get it again. That's the good thing about this, me being out. I feel like I'm back to normal. So I'm gonna go get checked out Monday. That'll be my 2 weeks, and then hopefully the test come back negative, and then I can move on from there. At least I won't have to move around in fear though. But shit, if you don't have it, you still got to walk around in fear, not knowing what it's gonna do to your body. Because it hit different people different ways. So it's still something super scary. At least to me.
Right. I definitely agree with you. We've never faced anything like this in America. We've heard about the different plagues that have plagued the U.S., ages ago, but did we ever think that this would happen to us in this day and age, especially with the advances in technology? And it's something that I couldn't even fathom to be going through right now. So I'm so glad that you are taking it seriously, but I know that you are a famed entrepreneur. You have your music career, you have Boss Life clothing, which I love, by the way. Those clothing, size thick over here. Thank you for making sure we have something to wear as well. But you also have your construction company. So with you being an entrepreneur, do you have health insurance, or how difficult is it for you to go to the doctor if you need to be?
I do. I have been months without it, though. I do have health insurance, but it's very expensive. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing it as an independent person, it's very expensive. And that's something they really need to work on, because sometimes I was without health insurance, and that ain't never good, So we definitely need to figure out what everybody where it'll be affordable to everybody. We shouldn't worry about no money when it's time to go to the doctor and worry about our life. Canada got it figured out. We need to figure it out. Shit.
Just like you ended with shit. Okay.
Right.
Hey, one thing about the taste is that we're very candid. We say what we want to say. We have no filters. So say how you feel, Slim. You are at home at the taste.
Right.
But yes, I definitely agree with you in regards to the health insurance. Even though we do have the Affordable Health Care Act, there are still millions of Americans out there that can't even afford that. And I just don't know who creates these guidelines. So if you had to say so, what would you say would be something you would look for in a criteria when it comes to making sure that every citizen of this country has coverage?
It just need to be available. Like I say, it shouldn't be no question when you have to go to the hospital if you have health insurance or not. If America is going to be the best country in the world, they need to figure it out and make that available to everybody. Everybody, I'm talking about young, old, rich, broke. Everybody should be, have the same respect when it comes to if I get sick, I should be treated the same as everybody. And Canada got it figured out. I don't know what they did, but
Cuba too.
Who do?
Cuba. I just came from Cuba too. Yeah. And they got free health care all over. I mean, the doctors don't make that much. They make like an average salary, but you can go anywhere, any facility, walk straight in. They do plastic surgery, anything is completely free. So the healthcare and the educational system is real high in Cuba. They're super literate. They have good health, but it's just that they don't have all of the capitalistic commercialism that we have in America because they don't have a lot of privatization like we do.
I mean, they need to figure it out. I mean, doctors, I feel like if it's a cosmetic doctor, then they can break the bank or whatever. But for natural health care, it should be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Well, I definitely appreciate your feedback for that. And I think that the people, especially where you grew up in Home, Texas, can appreciate the support that you have for making sure everyone in this country, especially in those low-income neighborhoods, have the opportunity to go to the doctor regardless if you're covered or not. So let's talk a little bit more about Acres Home. Now, your construction company has rebuilt several blocks to provide affordable housing for their neighborhoods. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Why was it so important to you to make sure that you can give back to your community?
I mean, just, I just felt like it's fair after all these years of being able to do what I love to do. Ain't nothing wrong with reaching back and just trying to do something nice for the hood, that can always be there. Now we got a block we can say we built and we brought up our hood, and made it look nice, you know what I'm saying? Sure. All the stuff that happened, in the past of bad things, stuff happened in the past, it's always good to be able to give back and do something good, you know what I'm saying? So we enjoyed doing that. We also gave away a home to a Hurricane Harvey victim. We paid a house off and gave it to them and let them, with Justin, a lawyer. That's something else we proud of from Boss Life Construction, and we're going to keep doing stuff like that. We're just going to try to stay connected to the community however we can.
I do remember seeing it all over the news and media about your construction company, Boss Life, giving out that home to a hurricane victim. And I mean, I only can imagine. I know for me personally, it was very heartfelt because you see a lot of celebrities today, and they kind of some of them forget where they came from, and they don't give back and they don't pour back into what helped raise them. Of course, it's a village. They say it's a village to raise a child. It takes one, and I know that. So the fact that you were able to pour back into your community, I definitely look up to you for that, and I commend you on that. And I can't wait to see what else you have in store. Speaking of what else you have in store, this Thug Life music album that you just dropped, I did check it out. The video is so dope. what made you incorporate what was going on with the COVID? And then you have Tupac in the video. Like, I mean, oh my goodness, how did you come up with that concept?
Well, it was Thug Life. I already been working on that album like maybe the end of last year and the beginning of this year. With the song This World in that video, I couldn't get out and actually shoot no video. Well, really, I had a video shot. It's called Thug Life. Really, that was going to be the initial single, the first one. But with what happened with the coronavirus coming, I had told my dude to let's release This World because it sounded like more of what's going on in the times, you know. So we ended up dropping that first. And I had to get a lyric video put together because we couldn't actually go out and shoot nothing. And this was still before I even knew I had corona, you know. So we put that out. And then later on, I ended up finding out I got it. But the Tupac sample was already in place on the strength of me calling it Thug Life. Tupac put an album out in the early 90s called Thug Life. So to pay homage to him, I wanted to just, you know, acknowledge him in some form. Even though my version is nothing to do with his, it's just really about my life, I still wanted to pay homage with the cover, with the artwork, and have something, you know, with him on there, you know, on the project. So I'm just happy that they found the Guys Twin Network actually found the clip that we had sampled that from and put it on there, and it all came together, man. He was talking about Trump, so it kept it current sounding. You know, it's crazy. It just all came together. It was live, though. This World is like one of my favorite records off the album, so I'm glad the feedback been good, you know. I've been real happy about the feedback from this whole project, man. It's been a lot of love. I don't know if it's because I got the coronavirus or they really real, but it's been a lot of love for the album. So I'm thankful.
Well, I think it's because you are who you are. Again, I'm not the biggest hip hop rap fan. I mean, I am 90s R&B all day, but you have had my attention since I moved to Houston, especially when you put that So Incredible. Man, I still jam that. That was like my favorite. But I really love the message. And it also reminded me of, you know, back in hip hop when we used when Ice Cube or either Queen Latifah, you know, when came out with UNITY and they was putting so much message in. It was so current to everything. So it gave me like that throwback feel, but it incorporated what's going on today and then also how it resonates with you. I just took it so personal. So I really enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to, you know, still get that old style. You know, that I want to rap for, you know, people my age who grew up listening to the type of music I grew up listening to, and that is like message music. You know, I felt like I'm too old to be trying to make turn up songs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't really focus on that. I just kind of put a project together that I can feel like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Something that'll take you back, something that'll give you a certain, you know, feeling with all the samples. I just put all samples on this one because that's just how it was back in the day. And I wanted to do something that didn't sound like nothing going on right now. So it came together for me, thank God. And, you know, I'm just happy that people really enjoying it because I really be working on a small budget. Like these really just be my homeboys I be doing this music with. Like everybody on that album is like my real friend. You know, my DJ,
right.
Mr. Lee, my real homeboy. My rap partners from down the street, Zero, Scarface, you know, Young Al, all of them is all my real homeboys. So it's like, it's fun when you can do it like that too, though. You know, you feel like you starting your own wave when you can do it with your real friends and, you know, and sound different.
Right. And it also can give you a sense of knowing that, you know, these people actually are for you. They're not trying to gain anything from it. It's not like, I know you're independent now, so it's not like a record company where you have to give this person a piece and this person a piece for putting this together. And so I would only imagine how much fun it is to create it. I know I love working with my true friends.
Yeah, it was fun making it. So I really enjoy it when I get to do it with my friends and family.
Awesome. Okay, well, Slim, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you have.
I have one question before you go in.
A life.
Go
ahead, Nick.
I got one question for Slim. So I got this question about what if we go into this whole epidemic about live music? So everybody's going on the internet trying to put their live music on there. What are you feeling about that?
And it's it's another step in the future, I think, because think about like back in our day, for you to listen to Slim Thug, we had to bring you a CD or a tape. You had to physically have a physical,
Right.
and then it went to streaming. So now everybody on the streaming devices, that was huge because all I really got to do is put it up on the internet and everybody can reach it. So now this is like a live, like the clubs. D-Nice, 150,000 people. Come on, you'll never have a club that big. You'll never with an audience that big. 150,000 people with all these different cool people in there. It's just taking this internet, this social media stuff another level, man. Mm-hmm. Being able to reach so many people at one time, that's powerful. And I don't know, man. I can't wait to see how it turn out. Like I've been watching the battles with the different producers. Manny Fresh them got up to like 150,000
right
when they was doing their battle last night. So man, I don't know. I've been enjoying it though. I've been enjoying the show. I'm gonna just see how far they take.
That's what we do as entertainers. We entertain. That's what we do. So we have to do it on the internet. Gotta get back on the stage,
That's dope, man. Everybody get to use their platform and reach crowds they probably wouldn't have. I did a listening party, had 1,500 people in there, and all kind of cool dudes who had never probably had the time to come to Houston to my listening party. So, it's another way to, like you said, it's another way to entertain, man. So it's dope.
So you gonna get on live and give us a live version of Thug Life?
Definitely, I did that. I always do that. Actually, I always, not performed. I ain't never performed. I might do that too one day, but I do a lot of. I always DJ on live, but I've been doing it for a while. I'm still an amateur though, so I just be on there having fun, playing, different playlists I have. But I love doing that though. It's like my hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know one thing. If they tuned in to me, I'll probably have 2 listeners.
You gotta turn up. They're gonna keep growing. It's gonna keep growing.
Listen, they're gonna be like, yeah, this girl got Tamia playing 24, but that's just me. Well, again, Nick, did you have any other questions?
I'm good. I like what's going on. This is a whole chill moment. I've got my drink and I'm happy. Tasty.
Oh, you know what? I hope you're drinking on a Boss Life beer.
I'm staying on the water for now. I'm gonna stay clear for
yeah.
Not you. He said he got his drink. Nick says he got his drink. So I was just throwing that plug.
I put it in the thermos to make sure y'all can see.
I'm gonna be pouring up Monday. I'm gonna have a Boss Life beer Monday to celebrate.
There you go.
All right, Slim. Well, listen, we just love you to pieces. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay well. Update us and tell us, what happens when you go back to the doctor. I'm definitely interested, and we'll be tuned in watching for you to go live to find out what the doctor said. And again, stay well, stay hydrated.
Man. Y'all be careful out there. Appreciate y'all having me.